Hi everyone, my name is Susie Q and I am the owner and maker of Glitter with Susie Q. If you like the content that you're seeing, please like, subscribe, and share. You can also connect with me by Facebook, Instagram, and email. Hey everybody, today we're going to be making our second cup in our 4th of July series. This cup is a nighttime scene of fireworks going off on the 4th of July. Come and watch this so that you can see how we make this really awesome tumbler. So today we're going to start off with a prepped and sanded spray painted tumbler. We're going to spray paint it white so that all of the beautiful glitters that we're going to use show through on the white glitter. We are going to use a very small amount of epoxy in order to adhere our glitter to our tumbler. I'm using the Flynn Sisters boutique or supply shop Artist Cure
So
epoxy.
today we're going to start off
so I'm
with
just spreading
a
a very thin layer all
sanded
over the
spray
cup.
painted tumbler.
After I've
spray
mixed it
paint
up
it white,
and
so that
I'm
all
not
of the
worrying about getting the
glitters that we're
bottom
going
part
to
of the
use
cup
show
because
through,
this is
on
going to
the
be
white
a
glitter.
peekaboo
We are
tumbler.
going to use a
It won't matter
very
because I'm going to
small
spray paint the
amount
bottom, so I'm
of,
not putting any glitter on
epoxy.
So
in
what
order
I'm doing
to
is I'm just putting
adhere
a very
our glitter
small
to our
layer of
tumbler.
epoxy. I'm using the Flynn
with the gloved
Sisters
hand
boutique
on my
supply
tumbler.
shop Artist
Then
Cure
I'm going
epoxy.
to take the four
so I'm just spreading a
colors
very thin layer
that I've chosen
all over the
I believe it
cup.
was
After I've mixed it up,
I don't know. There was a blue,
I'm not
a
red,
red,
about getting the
purple,
bottom
and a
part
green.
of the
I don't
cup
really remember
because
the
this
names
is going to
of
be
the
a peekaboo tumbler
glitters right now, and that
it
doesn't
won't
really
matter
because
because
glitter
Chimp
chimp
has
has
gone
gone
out
out
of
of
business,
business,
as
as
you
you
know.
know.
And
So what I'm
you
doing
can't get
is
these
I'm
colors
just
anyways.
putting a very small
so
layer of
I am
epoxy,
just taking my
with the gloved hand
glitter and I am
my
randomly spreading
tumbler.
it all over
Then
this
I'm going
tumbler.
to take the
wherever I
four
want
colors,
blue, I'm putting blue. Wherever
that
I
I've
want
chosen,
red, I'm putting red.
I believe
Wherever
it
I want
was
purple, I'm putting purple. And wherever I want green,
there
I'm
was a
putting
blue,
green.
a red, a purple,
my
and a
cup is
green.
probably
I don't really
a little bit
remember the
more
names
purple
of
heavy
the,
because that's
the
my favorite color.
glitters
so
right now, and that doesn't really matter because Glitter Chimp has gone out of business, as you know.
My recommendation
And,
would be
you
whatever
can't get
your
these
favorite
colors
color
anyways.
is.
So
use
I
that
am
color a
just
lot,
taking
and you'll see a lot of it in
glitter,
the peekaboo.
and I am
so
randomly
spreading
I
it
am
all
just
over this
exchanging
tumbler.
out
Wherever I want blue, I'm
pieces
putting
of
blue.
paper,
Wherever I want red, I'm
and
putting
I
red. Wherever I
am
want
putting
purple, I'm
the
putting purple.
glitter
And wherever I want
on
green, I'm putting green.
the tumbler
Over
my
whatever
cup is probably
piece
a
of
little
paper,
bit more purple heavy
color
because
I'm
that's
using.
my favorite
So
color.
whenever I do
so
the
I
green,
wanted to
I
showcase
switch out for the green sheet of paper. And I'm putting
my recommendation would be whatever your favorite color is,
very low.
use that color a lot,
so you'll see that I
and you'll
have to
see a
kind
lot
of
of it
refill
in
the
the
green
peekaboo.
bottle a couple of times.
So as you can see,
in
I
order
am
to
just
get
exchanging
the
out
green to go as far as I want
pieces
it
of
to.
paper,
And I am
all the
putting
other colors
the
I have
glitter
plenty of,
and so
on
I just
the tumbler
over
use
whatever
all of the colors,
piece of paper,
put them wherever I want
color
on the tumbler.
I'm using.
So whenever I do the green, I switch out for the green sheet
random,
of paper,
organic,
and I'm putting
way
green on there.
there's no rhyme or reason.
Very
I'm just
low
putting
this
it
green,
wherever
so
my
you'll
heart
see that I have to
desires.
kind of refill the green bottle a couple of times in order to get the green to go as far as I want it to. After I get all this glitter on the tumbler,
all the other colors
I then
have plenty
let
of,
it
and so I
sit
just
on my tumbler.
use all of the colors,
put them wherever I want on the
4
tumbler.
to 6 hours.
Not very long because there isn't a ton of
in a very
epoxy on there.
random,
but I let
organic
it spin until it's
way.
fully cured, and then I go ahead.
There's no
and
rhyme
I
or
add
reason.
Another
I'm just
layer
putting it
of
wherever my heart
epoxy
desires.
on top of this, and let that cure the full
12
today
hours probably. I probably let it cure for 24 hours because I probably
spray painted
put the
tumbler.
epoxy on
We're
it
gonna
at
spray
night
paint
and
it
then
white so that all
let
of the
it
beautiful glitters
tumble
that we're gonna
overnight
use
and then
show
came back to it the
through,
next
on the
day,
white glitter.
probably
We're
around the
gonna
same
use,
time.
a
So,
very small
the reason why you
amount
want to put a layer of epoxy on this is because we're going to be doing a peekaboo,
adhere our
and
glitter
so you
to our
want there to
tumbler.
be a layer
I'm
of
using the
epoxy
Flynn
on there
Sisters
between your
boutique
glitter
and
supply
the
shop
vinyl that you're going to put
Artist
on in
Cure
the next step.
epoxy in
So I'm
order
just
to
spreading
spray
very
paint
thin
over
layer
it.
all over.
So you'll see
the
that here in a
cup.
minute, but
After
I'll
I've
let you
mixed
just
it
watch
up.
me finish
And
glittering the tumbler.
I'm not worrying about getting the bottom part of the cup
because this is going to be a peekaboo tumbler, it won't matter because I'm going to spray paint the bottom, so I'm not putting any glitter on the bottom. So what I'm doing is I'm just putting a very small layer of epoxy with the gloved hand on my tumbler. Then I'm going to take the 4 colors that I've chosen. I believe it was, I don't know, there was a blue, a red, a purple, and a green. I don't really remember the names of the glitters right now, and that doesn't really matter because Glitter Chimp has gone out of business, as you know, and you can't get these colors anyways. So I am just taking my glitter and I am randomly spreading it all over this tumbler. Wherever I want blue, I'm putting blue. Wherever I want red, I'm putting red. Wherever I want purple, I'm putting purple. And wherever I want green, I'm putting green. My cup is probably a little bit more purple heavy because that's my favorite color, and so I wanted to showcase purple a lot. You know, my recommendation would be whatever your favorite color is, use that color a lot, and you'll see a lot of it in the peekaboo. So as you can see, I am just exchanging out pieces of paper, and I am putting the glitter on the tumbler. So here over whatever I have piece of paper, I have put the layer of epoxy on there, and so whenever I do the green, now I switch out the green firework, and I'm putting green on there. Images that I just got off of Cricut Design Space. I'll make sure that I link that, so you'll see that I have to kind of refill the green bottle a couple of times. Just putting in order to all over the tumbler. The green. You'll notice some of them I put all in one color, like this purple. All the other colors I had plenty of, and so I starts in one color and kind of blends out into another color. All of the colors, just like how real put them wherever I want on the tumbler. Sometimes they are all one color, sometimes there are multiple colors. In a very random, so organic what I'm doing way. Is I am just putting these. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm just putting it this vinyl all over my tumbler, and I am peeling it off to make sure that I am covering as much of this cup as I want to. I'm not exactly sure how many fireworks I put on this cup, but I did put enough on there because I wanted it to be the prominent display of this cup. So there are a lot of fireworks on this cup, and some of them overlap a little bit, and that's okay, because sometimes in the night sky your fireworks do overlap. So here I am just setting the fireworks up on the cup how I want it to be. Once I get all of the fireworks where I want them to be and I have enough on the cup, I take my cup outside and I spray paint it black. I am using black because, like the night sky, I want this to resemble how it would look in the night sitting on a boat or sitting in a chair watching fireworks go off in the sky. So I take it out and I do one really nice layer of black spray paint, and I let that dry probably for about 24 hours. I wanted to make sure that it was completely and fully dry before I started peeling off these decals because I did not want my spray paint to peel up as I am working on peeling off these decals. So here you can see that I have a fully spray painted cup, and here I am going to start weeding out these decals. Now in this video, for y'all's sake, I am only going to show you one of the decals that I weeded. As you can see, I'm going very slowly. Number one, I want to make sure that I don't put my weeding tool too deep like I did in my last video and I peel up epoxy. I'll link that video here. I also want to make sure that as I am peeling it up, that I am only peeling up the spray paint that I want to. So I am moving incredibly slow. I am making sure that I only am peeling up what I want to peel up. So like I said before, I'm only going to show you this one firework because it does take a while to peel up all of these decals. But I'm showing you one so that you can see how slow that I'm moving and the technique that I'm using in order to peel up the vinyl underneath my spray paint. So here comes my one regret of the cup. You will see later that in the layer of epoxy, after I put epoxy on, I mix glitter into my cup of epoxy, and I then spread that out. My whole vision for this was I wanted the black to be like the night sky. I wish when I mixed the glitter with the epoxy, I oversaturated my epoxy with glitter. And so you are going to see later in the video that there is a tremendous amount of stars coming out with these fireworks. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I'm going to be using this cup when I watch fireworks on the 4th of July. But in the future, when I make this video again, what I would do before I peel off the vinyl, I would take glitter glue and I would spread the glitter glue all over the cup. Then, once I spread the glitter glue all over the cup, I would then take a very small amount of the glitter, the same glitter that I use, which is by the glitter guy, and I will link that below in the description. But I would put a very small amount over the glitter glue before I peel up the decals. I went way overboard on the stars. It still looks beautiful, but that is kind of my one regret of this cup. I do wish that I had put some glitter glue on top of the vinyl, spread a very small amount of my white glitter, and then started peeling up my decals then. And then it would have looked a little bit more natural. It would have looked a little more subtle. It would not have been these ginormous globs of glitter like what I have now. But again, I am absolutely in love with this cup. You will have to fight me for this cup on the 4th of July. I'm using it as I'm watching fireworks, drinking a drink, having fun with my friends, out on a boat, on a lake, and you can't stop me. But in the future, what I would do for a customer is I would make the stars a little less pronounced, and you'll see that later. So as you can see, this is not a fast process. You are not trying to rush it. You are not trying to go quickly as you are peeling up this vinyl. You really, really do not want to scratch your paint off because it will be really noticeable if you do. So I'm just going incredibly slow, peeling off one small little strip of firework at a time, putting it on my paper towel, coming back, doing it again. It is a slow process, but it is a labor of love, and that's why we do these cups, and so we're willing to go a little bit crazy doing these peekaboos because they absolutely turn out gorgeous. So continue watch me peeling up this one firework, and then we'll move on to the next step. here I am just showing you after I've gotten all of those decals picked off. This is what it looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's exactly how I wanted it to turn out, and it looks absolutely amazing. Super, super happy with it at this point. Now I take my tumbler over to my turner, and I am going to put a layer of just plain regular epoxy on top of my cup. You could see very briefly before I put a torch and I sprayed some bubbles out of my cup because I noticed that a couple of bubbles had risen to the top. So I just wanted to get those bubbles out before they got onto my cup. But I'm just putting a layer of epoxy right on top of the black all over the cup. Everywhere that you see a cup, that's where some epoxy is going. So I am just putting epoxy all over the cup at this point. I have now sufficiently covered my cup in epoxy. So what I'm taking is I'm taking Disregard by the glitter guy, and I'm just pouring what I think to be is a little bit of glitter into it. It turns out it was much, much more than I thought that it was. And I'm just taking a little stir stick and I'm stirring it around, making sure all of that glitter is incorporated nicely into my epoxy. I will then put a glove back on my hand and anywhere that there is just black. So I'm really trying my hardest not to go over anywhere that the fireworks are. I just want to go over where the black is for the night sky. Again, this did not turn out exactly how I wanted it to be because either I put too much glitter in the epoxy or I put too much epoxy on the cup. One of the two, not sure. But it came out with a lot of glitter in these black spots. Next time, I'm going to make it more subtle. Next time, I want it to not be so glittery because think about the night sky when there are fireworks going off. You don't see a tremendous amount of stars because those fireworks kind of drown out the stars' light. And this, as you can see from this clip alone, there's just way too much white glitter, and so it looks too star heavy for what I was going for. But it is still a beautiful cup, and I'm still using it on the 4th of July when I'm watching fireworks because no one's gonna notice. But as you can see, I'm just putting on the epoxy with the glitter that is added to that epoxy. And I'm just putting it anywhere that I want it to go. I am also putting it in the centers of where the fireworks are to kind of show like, oh yeah, you could see a star, in the center of the firework blowing up. But I am also covering the bottom because I didn't, when looking at the bottom, I was like, oh, that's too black, it's too bare, it doesn't work. So I am just spreading anywhere that I want this glitter to be, trying to avoid where the fireworks are. A couple of little fireworks got a couple of stars. It's fine, no big deal, but I'm doing my best just to put it in the black area.
Alright, now that I have all the glitter and the epoxy where I want it to be, I am going to take off my gloves, and then I am going to grab my torch, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to torch my cup. I want to make sure that I get out all of those little micro bubbles that you may or may not be able to see at this point, but you know that they're there. If you've worked for epoxy for any time at all, you know that you have some micro bubbles in your epoxy right now. So I'm just taking my torch and I'm just running it around, doing a real quick swipe back and forth all over the entire tumbler to see if I can pop any of those bubbles that remain on my cup. Now I'm going to let my cup spin for 8 to 12 hours, probably closer to 8, 8 hours, and then I'll take it off my cup and off my turner and just let it sit and finish its curing process before I put another layer of epoxy on it. This cup was incredibly smooth when I felt it, and so it only needed one more layer of epoxy, and so this is the cup after I put that one layer of epoxy on there, and I'm just going to let it spin overnight, put it on my stand in the morning, let it finish its curing process for the next 12 hours, and then we have our final product here in the next shot. I thoroughly enjoyed making this cup. It was absolutely so much fun to make. I had fun doing it. It's a great cup, super easy. Please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share this content if you're liking what you're seeing. I hope you'll have a great day. Let me know if you make this below, comment for me, and show me what you make. Talk to you later. Bye. You can connect with me on social media with Facebook and Instagram, and you can also send me an email. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. But now it's time for you to watch the video that's suggested for you on the screen. Have a great day. Bye.